Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena. I'm drowning in work, but I got it done early today, so I'm going to make a Hearthstone video. I'm going to play Druid. I do have a daily quest for Druid, and I got the Total Dominance quest for 100 gold, which is great. Here we really only have one good card. Let's take it. Only one good card. Let's take it. I don't know about the new Druid cards. I'm not sure they're actually that great. Because there's that beast stuff that it's like, god damn it, Blizzard, stop trying to make Druids play beasts. But anyway, I'm excited for the Grand Tournament in general, even if the Druid class cards aren't that great. I'm sure the commons we're going to see will be fine. Although, right now we haven't seen much. Do I take a second Starfire? Or, yeah, we'll take the second Starfire. That's fine. A tricky choice here. We got kind of a Bluegill Warrior, basically, with the potential to be bigger if you don't need the charge. Or Silence, which is important. I think the Silence is really important. I'm going to take it. Here's the new card, Living Roots, and also North Sea Kraken. Now this, I heard, is really good in the arena. I mean, it does give a little bit of burn to your deck. So it's a Core Hound. No, it's not a Core Hound. What am I talking about? That's not a... Core Hound is a 9/5. So this actually is way better than a Core Hound, because you're getting 2 extra stat points and 4 damage for 2 mana. Is it worth it to pass over Living Roots, which is like an Arcane Shot? And, like, this, by the way, is just strictly better than Arcane Shot, because it doesn't just deal 2 damage to a minion, which I expected it to do. It actually can just deal 2 damage, period. I will try it. There's the Druid of the Fang. Theoretically, this could work better now, but... Moonfire! No, we're going to take just the 3/5, just the regular old 3/5. This is a new common, so, similar to the one the Priests have. Priests have one that gives, like, it's like a 5/5 that gives a mech just health. This gives a mech +1/+1. So I don't know how exciting that really is. We'll just take the Infiltrator here. We got another chance at Druid of the Saber, and it's the only playable card in its pack, so now I will take it. A second Silence? No, here we'll take the Healbot. Healing wins games. If I didn't have this Owl, though, I would have taken Spellbreaker. Oh god, this is a junk pack. So this guy, I think, is just trash because the health is really low. So we'll take the Matter Bomber, though I'm not that excited about it for obvious reasons. We got another chance for buffing. Let's take the slightly bigger buffer. Cobra or the Commander. We'll take the Commander. Although the Cobra is good for Druids. It's like the Druid's one main way of killing big things. Druid of the Claw is excellent. Here we'll take Mech Warper over the mediocre 6-drop. This thing, I don't know if it's that good. Argent Squire is okay, but I'm going to take the Silverhand Regent. I've actually been really excited to play with this card, so let's see how good it is. This guy is everybody's floating watcher. I don't think it's worth it, though, over Ascension, which fits my curve. Here I could take a vanilla 2/3 or a sort of vanilla-ish 5. I mean, I've got a pretty expensive curve here. I think I'm going to go cheap rather than take the 5-drop, though I could easily regret that. This sucks. This guy, I don't even want to try for this beast. Are the saplings beasts? No, they can't be. They're trees. That's a pirate. This is a beast. This is a beast. That's 2 beasts. That's not a beast. That's a dragon. Dragons are a kind of beast. Is this a beast? I think it's a beast. So that's what, 3 beasts? What am I doing here? Let's just take Zombie Chow. Whatever. Okay, only one really good card there. Oh, everything is good. The Sludge Belcher Kodo choice. I'm gonna take the Sludge Belcher. I think it's important to have that, but man, oh man, I can easily see that being a mistake. So do I take the more expensive one to fill the curve, or the one that drops earlier? I mean, these are all reasonable 3s. I'm going to take the bigger one here. That could, of course, be a mistake. We'll take a second Living Roots. It's like a second Arcane Shot. I'm fine. Wow, so there's actually another card in the game now that, I mean, it's almost as good for... No, it's no Antique Healbot. I mean, the cases where Antique Healbot wins you the game are the ones where you need that 8 health right now. So this really can't be in the same level. It is a total of 9 stats, so it's got basically Chillwind Yeti's total stats, plus an ability. I mean, for extra healing, let's just take Ascension. I mean, if I didn't have a top-tier card like Ascension, I think I would have actually gone for that healer thing. You have a friendly beast plus 3 health. Why would anyone ever care about this? Beasts, you know, I don't even care. We'll just take a Spectre Knight. It's a bit greedy. Panther would have been a reasonable choice. Alright, Savage Roar I could take. I'll take Power of the Wild, though, instead. A card draw. Lowly Squire is interesting, but I think I'd rather get the card draw, because I have none at the moment. Ironbark. You know, ended up being not too much of a curve. I will take an Ironbark here for some endgame. A second Ironbark. Okay, let's take a look at spell damage. So we got our Living Roots. Wow, there's no Wrath here. There's no Swipe. There's no Starfall. There is Starfire. I don't need the spell damage. I don't think I need a second Iron Bark, though. This is 8 stats. This is 6. This is aggressive. I don't think I have a really aggressive deck, though. Okay, we'll take that. I don't think I want another Iron Bark. Ah, there's a Claw. Thank you. And unfortunately, we got 2 Trash Giants. I would have taken a Frost Giant or a Sea Giant here, but unfortunately, Clockwork, Molten, and Mountain continue to suck, so we'll take a Big Game Hunter, which I think is a very good card for the arena. I used to be a little bit, you know, twitchy about it, but honestly, most decks have something that's got 7 power. I mean, unless someone had a really bad draft or, like, didn't see anything at the right time. There's going to be something in there. And then if not, it's, you know, 4-2 for 3, which isn't bad enough to disqualify playing the card for those times when it's really good. Okay, well, we got a curve here. Do I keep the Senjin for turn 4? I think I'm gonna. I mean, I've got a turn 1 play and a turn 2. Seems fine. I can actually... I don't think just these are probably worth it. Like, I don't think it's worth it to play this and buff it up. But, ooh, so do I get 2 1/1s or a 2/1 to match his? Or both. I could do both. Why don't I just do both? The risky thing about doing both here is that I might end up having nothing to do on turn 3. Yeah, they're not beasts. They're so cute, though. Oh my god. I might have nothing to do on turn 3, whereas if I'd kept the coin, I could have coined out Ascension. But I got chances to top deck something, and Shapeshift could be useful for killing off a recruit. And he goes for the face. Should I play Power of the Wild here? So if I Shapeshift and kill this, then I end up having to throw a Sapling and an Infiltrator. Well, that's just dumb, right? There's no point shapeshifting the kills. I can use a little Sapling to kill it and get a 3-2 on the table. Lets me have a 3-2 out with nothing. And then I throw all of my stuff at his stuff. Or I could try to go up a card. Let's go up a card. Alright. So I sacrifice a little bit of board presence. Oh, you know, I could have actually played this for the buff. But then I would have lost 2 of my creatures anyway, and I'd have a 2-2 out. That's clearly terrible. Right, so now I have to suffer the consequences of not saving my coin. Wow, this guy's got a lot of cheap stuff. So this actually did end up being a 2-for-1, but only because of the most ridiculous circumstances that he actually played 2 creatures with 1 health. Ended up being quite a nice start for Living Roots. So now he's got 4 cards to my 5. Well, 5 after the draw. One of these is a spare part, though. And I've got back-to-back Senjins. Alright, he's got the initiative right here. He needs something good. Oh, he has another 1-drop. Well, it catches him up on cards, but I don't really care about that. So he now needs to catch up with something good. Something like, I don't know, Blessing of Kings for this, or a Hammer of Wrath or something. Alright, I could Owl to silence this and play a Panther, or Owl and Shapeshift that and try to trade these, but we're going to go big here. Actually, what's the point of playing Ascension? This is just as good. It kills this stuff. I don't need the 3 power, so we'll just take that card. And, yeah, maybe next turn after he kills this, if he kills it with Blessing of Kings or Hammer or whatever, maybe I will play Mad Bomber next turn, where it's actually got a pretty decent chance of killing some stuff. Alright, well, it's not likely to be a super great Mad Bomber, but actually, it's a terrible Mad Bomber. It's just really terrible. Okay, we'll play, because I can kill this, and then Mad Bomber's going to kill my own thing. So the mana's awkward here, but we'll play Ascension. Kill that off. Now, obviously, this dies to Pyromancer. But hopefully, if he's playing a spell, he's not getting anything good to happen. I've got a Sorcerer. I don't think I have any spells to target him with. I think the only thing I have is like a Yeti. A mechanical Yeti that would give me a spare part that I could then target this thing with. This is just a 3-5. I never got any Dragon Synergy, so yeah, it's just a 3-5 for 4, which is totally fine. He's got an Emergency Coolant. Oh, right, he has a spare part. I should have totally thought about that. Well, butts. So So he traded those. He's got 5 mana here. What's he going to do with that 5 mana? Oh, he makes a recruit. He didn't have anything good to play. Oh, God. Matter Bomber, as long as it's not terribly unlucky, should kill off both of these. I think the odds are for it. I really hope they are. Well, we'll see. I got nothing to do after this, so let's just press the end turn button. Okay, there goes the recruit. Not the Pyromancer, though. Yeah, alright. So it's 7 mana next turn. What do I got going on? Oh, jeez. Got another spare part. Jeez, I don't have any swipe or anything. I shouldn't have any way of clearing this board out. And my health is shockingly low here. This is actually pretty terrible. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my silence, because I need to. On that Tron, I don't want to deal with that. And I need to kill... Well, I think we need to kill that guy. And I just need to hope that his Pyromancer hurts him more than it hurts me. Oh god, this is actually really bad. I don't know why it's so bad. All my minions are high quality, but I guess this stack of 4-drops isn't really dealing with the stuff he's playing, although he hasn't even played anything that impressive. Is this deck just bad? It might just be bad. This might just be a bad deck. Well, at least I have this, which is good. I'm glad I took this over the Spellbreaker so I can heal. Humility, I'm totally okay with that, because it kills off his Pyromancer and a Recruit. And this thing still has Taunt, so I'm not taking damage. I've got a Magma Rager out, which is good because that'll trade up to a lot of stuff, and it's hard for him to get at it. Both of these creatures, the Druid of the Claw holds off. He should have thrown his Pyromancer in first. That was actually, well, no, it wasn't a mistake, because by having the Pyromancer out, he did, like, kill my thing. Wow, he actually has 2 coolants. Oh, man, this guy's just too cool for school. Okay, this, you know, could be worse. It's a 5/5, which is certainly a problem, but I don't care about the health gain. It didn't happen anyway, but I don't care about the health gain. I just want him not to, you know, kill me. Oogie doogie. So we're going to drop... I think I have to do this. It sucks that this engine just dies to that thing. You know what? Screw that. I'm not going to let that happen. We're going to do this. Yes, so this thing is a Druid of the Claw, kind of. And this guy's sticking around, and I have a 3/4. Alright, I could hang on. I mean, I'm ahead on cards. Technically, I can get ahead and then heal up and be fine. Let's just see if he has any big, huge drops, like a North Sea Kraken, perhaps. That would pretty much win him the game. Ah, Booty Bay Bodyguard. Well, it's alright when it's only 4 mana, I discovered during the brawl. I mean, it does have a vanilla minion stats. It's a Lost Tall Strider plus Taunt, so it's not terrible. He has to kill this engine because this engine otherwise is going to kill the Heckler. He realizes that. Arcane Golem, is he going to go for the face, or is he going to kill off my big damage dealer? Probably should kill off the damage dealer, and that's what he's thinking. So now the 5/4 really trumps my 3/4. I have to shapeshift into this thing, which means I'm not shapeshifting into that thing. And it's an Ironbark. Alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the damage here, because I've got a heal bot, and he's got no cards. So I'm okay going down to 9 health. Now it sucks that he's got 6 damage here, which almost kills the Ironbark, but I still have the edge on cards after he trades into this thing. Unless he has a big game hunter of his own or something, I'm fine. Alright, so this will eat up an Ironbark's turn. Unfortunately, he's not going to run his stuff into it. That's pretty smart. Do I dare shapeshift into a 5/1? Yeah, I think so. So, I wouldn't do this if he had any cards at all. But because he has no cards, I can afford to spend my mana inefficiently to heal up. Got an 8/7 with Taunt that's pretty much impossible for him to deal with, and then I can play both of these 4-drops, which are just going to win me the game. Unless he gets something really incredible here. Like a Deathwing. Volcanic Drake. Ah, it's not going to cut it. So, do I throw my Ironbark at it? I don't think so. I think I'll take the 6 damage, because he's got no cards, and I'm high enough that no single card will... Never mind! Argent Commander's a good card. Argent Commander's a pretty good card, but and now I hit him in the face. Wow. Alright, so we got 5, yeah. What is, oh, I guess that's the health. Yes, that's what I was doing. I wasn't misspeaking. I was saying we have 5 health. Anyway, we have 5 health there. And as far as attack goes, we have 7 plus 8 is 15, plus 2 is 17, plus 1 is 18. He was at 20 health. So technically he could have lived. Maybe if he had like a Deathwing Or if he had a mind control attack and stole the Iron Bark, or a big game hunter. A big game hunter actually wasn't going to win it. That was too little. He needed a mind control attack. He could have won. But as it is, we got him. All right, well, that was a little bit hairier than I would have liked. So, I don't know. Kind of losing a little bit of faith. My goal is just not to have 2-win arenas. I really don't want to ever have arenas that are 2 wins or less. I feel like that should just never happen if you play right. So, we'll see. As long as I can make it to 3, I'm good. Whoa, that is an awesome name. Swag over 9,000. Well done, sir. I tip my fedora to you. Okay, we have some great cards that unfortunately need to be mulliganed. My girlfriend got me this like thing earlier today. It's like this pastry roll, but instead of like sweet stuff, it's got bacon, potatoes, and beans. It's delicious. What is with people and playing thing? Not that I mind, I guess. So I'm gonna be greedy here. I will just play this for the saplings. Because it doesn't kill this right away. But it kills it, and I have a 1-1 left over. A good card. And it's a tie. Oh, he actually got that thing. That's so terrible. Okay. Cool beans, beauty queen. So, what do we do here? I think... Well, this makes no sense, does it? No, it makes no sense. It makes none whatsoever. Okay, so I could shapeshift, kill this, and just throw the saplings at it. The end. I could claw to kill this thing, throw a sapling at the gnome, coin, get the 3-2 with stealth. I think I'm going to do that, because that's board presence. I've already got the card advantage from using living saplings to kill a 1-1, which again, I don't think living saplings is like generally going to be that amazing, but both opponents had fast starts. And now I got this thing which is hiding. I can buff it to be a 4-3, which granted isn't that great. It'll die to a 3-2, but then again, if he plays a 3-2, I can buff this and kill it, which is like extra value. This best thing is probably a 3-3. I don't really have anything great against a 3-3, because buffing this, it still dies. Buffing this doesn't kill it. So 3-3 is like his best bet. Or, well, a spider tank I would actually feel pretty good about killing it with this buffed. Man, I feel like I just haven't played with Shattered Summon Cleric much in a while. I don't know why, I've always thought it was a great card. But that was awesome. So, Living Roots is just an all-star. It killed 2 creatures for 1 mana. Well, with a little bit of help, I suppose. And here's my Stealthy Beast. He does not have multi-shot. He sagely kills my beast. So, Grove Tender. I could give us both a mana crystal, but he'd be the first to use it. That seems foolhardy. Giving us both a card is a bit safer. Of course, if I do give us an extra mana crystal, then I can play this next turn and kill whatever he played on turn 5. As long as it isn't an amazing 5-drop, I'm fine. Alright, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna try it. Oh yeah, I get to use the mana crystal right away. Well, there's no point playing the owl. So we'll shapeshift, which is, I guess, kind of underwhelming. I misspoke, sorry. Delicious. He gets 6 mana rather than 5, so hopefully my 6-drop plus this, which is 7 damage, will be enough to neutralize his play. Alright, so Starpike Commando is pretty fine. I am happy to... Well, see, I could play this and No. I'm just going to kill it, that's fine. So I've got the board advantage. Health advantage. He's got 5 cards to my 5, soon to be 6. I have some extra advantage with this, although, of course, the Regent obviously is countered hard by the Hunters Unleash the Hounds. I mean, I don't know. Each of the dogs kills off the 1/1s you got, so it's not countered, but if you can buff the dogs, then it gets bad. Okay, well, I'm really glad I took this owl and not whatever other sexy thing it was that I was tempted to take. So we do that. And this actually works out perfectly because, well, hold on a second. If I shapeshift and kill this, and I get a 1/1, look how much of my board dies to hounds. On the other hand, if I play a 4-drop, I can't shapeshift. On the other hand, if I play this, you can still get the dogs off. Houndmaster puts us to 1 health. So basically, I'm screwed to dogs either way. Thus, I might as well play in the way that puts me in the best spot if he doesn't have the dogs. So does he have the dogs? 3 mana. Well, this is free. This killed something, and this helped kill something. So whatever. All these things already did some stuff. I'm not too far behind. You have, what, 3 cards? And I have 4? So I don't care, I guess, if he plays the dogs. I mean, I do care. I'd rather he didn't, but it's not the end of the world. Anyway, all that is a moot point, because he doesn't have the dogs. So I'm not going to use my hero power here. I think it's better to drop both of these creatures, because hunters, you know, aren't the greatest at clearing out a board like this if they don't have the dogs, and it seems he doesn't have the dogs. Plus, a lot of health is also hard for hunters, because their only card for arbitrary destruction is Deadly Shot, which obviously sucks here. Of course, if he has a Hunter's Mark, that would be good. Ah! He has 2 Houndmasters, wow. Well, that was weird. I don't know why he conceded. So that thing would have had 4 health. I would have to clear that out. And, I mean, I was ahead. I guess maybe if he had a bad hand, it made sense to concede. I'm not going to criticize that play of conceding, that is. It's just weird, like, hey man, check out my rhino. Okay, goodbye. And then he left. Well, that was a good start. After doubting this deck for a little bit against that Paladin game, I, well, might have gotten lucky. Maybe it is a bad deck and I just got lucky, but I feel good about it for the moment. Goal now is to win once before I lose thrice. Living Roots has been an MVP, but I'm curious how it actually works, like when the opponent doesn't trot out 2 1s for you. That's not like a regular occurrence for people to do that, you know, it's pretty rare for people to, you know, have the 1-drop and everything. So do I keep the Owl early? I think I'd rather mulligan for something that I can actually play on turn 2. Aha! Well, that extra mulligan gives me this Infiltrator, so I'm pretty happy with that. This time I don't have Living Roots. No, man, the opponents just keep having stuff. So Living Roots technically will trade with that, although, of course, the mage can ping off some of those saplings. Well, luckily she has nothing on turn 2. That's a refreshing thing to see. Boy. So there's a lot of options on this turn. Option number 1, I could shapeshift and just trade my Infiltrator for it. Then she gets the first play on turn 3 and I'm responding with this. Option 2 is I can coin into this 3/3. Puts a lot of pressure on her, but it lets her keep the Squire, so if she buffs this, I could be in trouble. On the other hand, if she doesn't buff it, turn 3, I can shapeshift, get a 1/1, and ping this thing off. This has the biggest upside. Of course, if she just frostbolts this, I feel like a dumbass. I could play this as a 3/2 with stealth. So a reverse Gilban Stalker. I think I'm going to do that. Now, there's no point revealing this guy just to have him die to the shield. So I'll wait on that. Please no Spider Tank. Please no Spider Tank. She's not really dealing much damage here. Oh, hey, that's nice. So do I throw both these guys at her stupid 1-drop? Okay, I can play a 3/5 for 4. I could shapeshift. You know what? Screw it. I will, in fact, throw both these things at her 1-drop. This feels gross to do, but she didn't do anything on turn 2 or 3. Now, if she pings this on turn 4, she has gone up a card, but she's falling behind on tempo. I'm okay with that. I feel like she probably has to, you know, make a play here. Cone of Cold. That is a that. Well, that was something. That made no sense. She should have just pinged that. What's the point of freezing this? It's still alive. So I can make a Recruit and a Chow, or I can play this. Well, why don't we... God. I mean, really, just this is so much better. Just to, like... Or I don't need to spend the coin here. I'm just going to play the Sorcerer, whatever. I mean, yes, I get an extra Recruit by shapeshifting, but really, the armor and the health are irrelevant right now. So clearly, if I did this, it's just like I was a paladin using my hero ability, which like isn't that great. So I feel like I made the right choice. You don't want to go crazy with this guy. Okay, so here, I think we'll just keep it simple. Let's kill this. play that. So she did get 2 cards out of it, but I didn't lose any cards to it. I wanted to play this, so I don't have it. I have a creature that doesn't die to Flame Strike. All my other creatures do. So you can see that is the weirdest. Okay, here's the thing you got to understand about the region. I have a feeling this person might have just like left to go change someone's diapers, but I think she left because she was afraid of that region. Here's the thing you got to understand about that. If your hero power doesn't do anything useful, that thing like gives you a paladin's hero power, but it's not an extra thing. It's just a paladin's hero power if your hero ability is effectively useless. Like, I'm gonna finish chewing. Sorry. Like, I got really excited about talking right after I put a bunch of crap in my mouth. So when I shapeshift and hit her in the face, it does nothing. That does not advance my game plan whatsoever. Now, with the Regent out, I have a 1-1. But imagine I had been a Paladin, and I had used my hero ability and gotten a 1-1. It would be the same thing. Clearly, as a Paladin on turn 4, you'd never just use your hero ability, because I was like, ooh, I got a 1-1. No, you'd play a card if you had one. So, as an opponent, if you're up against someone who's got that Regent, if their hero ability doesn't do anything useful, it doesn't really matter that much. It's like you're now playing against a Paladin. So, I think that mage, you know, if it was the case that she was, I think this is time for a Bluegill Warrior. Wait, so what would I rather use to kill this, a Bluegill Warrior or a Claw? The Bluegill Warrior, I think, because it's, You know, that was dumb. You know what I should have done? I should have actually made that a 3-2 with Stealth, so it's ready to trade with whatever he plays next, and then clawed next turn. Huh. Well. So, here I'm going to make a little bit of an unorthodox move. I am actually going to play the Scarlet Crusader. Now, this is unorthodox for 2 reasons. 1, I let him keep a creature, and 2, this guy has value. It pings off the shield. But here's the thing. By playing the Crusader, he pings off the shield. Now I've got a 3 damage thing out here that can deal damage to something. And I like that a lot. I don't know why he didn't ping the shield off. That was weird. Okay, well, normally I'd play this engine here, but this guy might have synergy with this guy, so I'm actually going to play him, and I will do this. I mean, I'm happy to trade a 3-drop for 2 of his recruits. That's 3 mana for 4 mana, and 1 of my turns for 2 of his turns, so tempo-wise, that's totally worth it. Next turn I got Sorcerer plus Claw. Now you can use a True Silver plus the Recruit to kill the Yeti, but I still then have this to hit him in the face and get killed by his True Silver. No, I will block that with this engine. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, the Regent is a great card, but don't overuse it. Now here's an awkward situation because, if I shapeshift to kill this engine, I don't get to play an extra creature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep on doing what I did before. I'm going to play, see, I'm going to save this guy in my hand until I get the actual spare part from the Yeti. I'm actually going to use a Claw to finish this engine off. I think I'm okay with trading a card for time. Now he's got a card advantage here. He's got, what is this, 7 cards to my 5? Only 6 after I draw, and I've dealt no damage to him. So the card draw could prove consequential. However, I do have a big removal card that could get me a card advantage, as long as I kill something that's 5 health or less with it. And this also can give card advantage. Right now my board is resilient to most answers that Paladins have to things, so I feel like I have a decent shot here, even though he has taken no damage and has card advantage against me. So yeah, as I was saying, with the Regent, the thing that gives you... Ooh, I lose a card. That's not good. Well, but... Alright, I think I'm going to go for maximum board presence, which means doing this. Now, that leaves my Senjin, my Taunter, as healthy as possible to protect my lower health guy. And I'm hoping at some point to do like a this and this move. Ah, well now I wish I'd used this engine to kill the other creature, because of course, if I had done so, then this would have Divine Shield. Anyway, this thing is stealth, it doesn't even matter. Here, do I play this and this? Sure, let's do it. Let's see what, I mean, this gives me a pretty big threat. Gotta remember, Consecration will deal 3 damage across the table here. I'm not gonna put the Infiltrator down, this is a little risky. I'm risking something either way, but I'm smelling some mass removal here, so I want to wait until he throws that Consecration out. He's got a huge hand before I drop this guy to the table. 4/7 is a pretty serious threat. But he has 8 cards. I'd actually give him the advantage right here. That Stealth was a really good flip off of my Yeti, no less. Oh, fuck me sideways. What the hell? Does he actually have a Consecrate? And he actually pulled off an Equality Consecrate in the goddamn arena. Well, that is pretty much the game because I haven't dealt enough damage to him to justify the fact that I'm 3 cards down. So it's a good thing I didn't play the Infiltrator last turn, I guess. But, I mean, that's just one of those things. It's really difficult to win an arena game if the opponent actually Equality Consecrates you. He now has 7 cards to my 4, 5 after I draw. I haven't dealt enough damage to burn him out. This doesn't have any burn, really. Well, I got Starfire, but the chances of using that to kill him are very small. Let's assume I hit him. He's at 14. 14 hero powers is a bit too many. Ah, he actually gets rid of my Senjin. Or not my Senjin, he actually gets rid of my Sludge Belcher, too. Suddenly, he now has cards to play. Well, he had a huge hand, so he was bound to have things. Alright. So, no, I have to Starfire this turn. I don't think I can afford not to. Or can I? Well, I can do this, shapeshift into that, but then this thing doesn't die. I can't afford to leave that alive. So we do this and get a card. And when you're behind, you gotta take risks. So I'm gonna actually do this to get an extra creature on the board. I just have to do that. And then, of course, the obvious thing is if he kills this, I don't get any 1/1s out of it. But again, unless I'm actually doing something with Shapeshift besides hitting him in the face, this thing isn't, like, that big of a deal. I think people are overreacting. Anyway, that's not an overreaction. That is a perfect answer to it. So now he goes up another card to counter my Starfire. He's got 6 cards to my 4, soon to be 5. My cards both suck. There's a chance of winning here. If he has a bunch of dead draws, and I get an Iron Bark soon, could actually come back and win. This is not a dead draw. That's a pretty good card. That's good. So he's actually going to trade with my board here, unfortunately. Oh, I got another fucking 2-drop. You gotta be kidding me. Well, I could have taken something expensive, couldn't I? But I chose to take this. I could have had a, this could have been the Armor Smith. Well, that might lose me the game. So can I afford to... Can I afford to go for his face? He's down to 12. I can't. Damn. Alright. Well, we trade the board. And I play a bunch of crap. Do I play the owl just to have the owl out? I think I have to. So, tragically, I didn't get an Iron Bark. I didn't get Gnomish Inventor for a card. I'm down 2 cards. My board is crap. I haven't dealt enough damage to try to burn him out. If I hit him with my full board, he's at 11. Still too high to be burned out. I'm going to lose this unless he has remarkably bad cards and I get my Iron Bark next turn. Another Spellbreaker, so he's throwing down his silences just to throw him down. He gets a 6/4, which is trouble. Starfire, holy crap, that's a really good top deck. Wait, can I kill him? 6, 7, 12, it's not enough. So we kill that and go up a card, and there's the Iron Bark. Now, alright, I actually have a shot of winning this game. It's a long shot, but last turn he didn't really have anything good. He didn't clear my board. I only had to lose 1 creature there. That's Starfire. That was an amazing top deck. Like, that was incredibly lucky, don't get me wrong. But if this drops and he doesn't have an answer for it, I have a shot at winning this. Of course, he has to play nothing this turn, and then he has to not have an answer for this as well. So no big game hunters, no Black Knights. A Peacekeeper is bad because I used up my 1 silence. He draws 2 cards. That's tragic. That's real bad. So he goes up an extra card. He still has 5 mana to work with. You can do a lot of harm with 5 mana. That is unfortunate because, of course, it gives him a recruit. But on the other hand, I had nothing to do with my hero ability anyway, so I might as well use it after I play the Iron Bark. That thing is whatever. Okay, I have a chance here because this is 8 damage. Oh, he flicked a card. Shit, I have a bad feeling that's something ridiculous. I have a bad feeling that was a Peacekeeper he's been saving, or a Big Game Hunter, or a Deathwing, or something ridiculous. He can't kill me. It was this card that he flicked as soon as the Iron Bark dropped. Maybe my sick reads aren't as sick as I thought they were. Argent Lance. Good card. It may not look flashy. Like, it's like, oh, well, it's an extra durability, like, who cares? But it's actually really good because it gives Paladins an extra way to deal 2 damage for 2 mana, which they formerly lacked. And he did have it. Ah, oh, God. Well, that stops me from winning at the moment. I've only got 5 damage. Now that might have been a mistake. He just took an extra 1 damage, which is kind of a big deal. When you're up against a Druid, taking an extra 1 damage is not something you want to do. Does he have a taunt? He has this Junkosaurus Rex. And he does a bunch of crap stuff. Okay, I got a chance of winning this. I got 5-6 damage. I need 2 more now. I don't have much burn here, but I think both Living Roots are still in my deck. Hang on, do I need to play this? Yeah, I think we just go for the throat. Because this has more health, it's harder to kill, so that's why I want him when he drop down. So let's see, I got 4, 7, 10, 13 health. He has 5, 7, 8, 10 damage. So he can't damage all the stuff I have. He clearly has nothing good, or he would have used it last turn. He's dead to 2 shapeshifts. He's dead to Living Roots right away. He's dead to Druid of the Claw, which I still have in here, so there's at least 3 cards in here. There's at least 25% chance that I kill him on the spot. Ah, well that gives 8 damage, which is enough to now clear my board, unfortunately. That was a pretty good top deck, and Blessing of Might helps him out as well. Alright, he's going to clear my board. So what happens here is it's an interesting situation. Does he have enough to kill me? No, because I have the heal bot, which buys me another turn to find the top deck that I need. Or actually, I don't need any top decks. I just need him not to draw Taunt or Healing. So he played it right. He got 2 freaking ridiculous cards, but even so, I've got a pretty good chance here. Oh, doesn't quite kill that. Well, so we drew this. Shapeshift, hit him in his face. And now I gotta think, do I play this just to play it? There's no huge taunt. There's no generic minion that he could play that has taunt that I'm gonna care about. So I'm gonna actually play this for the body. He has to kill everything I play. He can't use his weapon. He can't kill me. 7, 8, 10 damage. He didn't even have the kill even if I hadn't had the heal bot. So he's dead to shapeshift. Unless he gets a taunt, he loses. Even so, I've got 2 Living Roots in here that will kill him. And I think 1 more Starfire. So there's at least 3 cards out of these 11 that will just kill him. And I have a decent number of turns to find it. Oh my god, he top decked a Sludge Belcher. Well, now I'm in trouble because I can't get through this Sludge Belcher at all. And I think I only have... I don't even know if I have 1 more turn to find an out. LOL! Alright, so let's see. He's got 8, 9, 10 damage. So you can't kill me next turn. I mean, you gotta go for it, right? Do I throw this at the Belcher? The odds of this dying are small. So let's play this first, see if I can get 1 barrel to go on his face. If it kills this thing... Wow, that was a pretty good Matter Bomber. Cleared his board and killed him. Just with clearing his board, though, that really made a big difference. Because the odds of killing that 5-2 and the recruits were small. Heck, the odds of killing both of those recruits were small, or just like the 5-2 were small. That I got all of those was great. But anyway, it doesn't matter what those first 4 barrels did, because the one that hit his face was the only one that mattered. How many things were on the board besides his face? Well, total, there was my face, his face. He had 4 creatures. I had 1. So that's a total of 7 things. 1 and so 6 and 7 to the 6th power. I have no idea what the fuck that is, but 6 and 7 to the 6th power. Subtract that from 1. That was my odds of winning there. Anyway, you know, whatever. People are gonna be like, oh, you got a lucky barrel, bleh. But you know what? There were like 3 other cards in the deck that could have killed him that I didn't draw for several turns, and he also got Consecration Equality, and he also got Blessing of Might. And Humility for the Iron Bark, and he also had, I think, do I do this? Yeah, I do this for the saplings on turn 1. I think that's the right play. And then he got, like, Sludge Belcher off the top. I mean, he got a lot of luck that game. So, yes, I got some, but I don't think that was a top deck victory or a barrel victory or an RNG victory. That was just... I think I just outplayed him. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to say, bitches. I outplayed him. Okay, so now he can coin Shapeshift to kill 1 sapling, but, I mean, that's not that exciting. If this takes out his coin, I'm pretty okay with that. Is he actually going to do that? Or is he going to play a 2-3? He's going to play a Tron. Alright, well, that's fine. So it sucks that I can't play this to buff it up. But good thing I'm a Druid, so I'll do this. So basically my 1-drop preemptively killed his 2-drop. Now he does have the first play here, but he's used up a coin, and I'm the first player, so he's the first to play on the empty board, but I have the mana advantage, so I got a 3-4-5 curve. Oh, fuck you. God damn, that ruins everything. Well, butts. Butts to that. So this sucks, actually. This is really, really bad. This thing, I mean, is obviously going to die. So is this, though. These both die to Shapeshift plus Hero Power, so I might as well save the one that I might maybe use later. Of all the 4 drops I had, this one would have been great if he didn't innervate. But because he did innervate, this is sucky now, because it doesn't kill this thing. It leaves it with 1 health. I really needed one of my 3/5s. So, and now because his Hero Power is cheap, he can actually play a 2-drop and Shapeshift. My only hope is that he doesn't actually have a 2-drop. Oh, fuck you. Ah, he has it. And it's a cub. Well, that sucks. I mean, I just really couldn't afford him having a 2-drop here. So now he's got a huge board lead, and I'm on the back foot. Hey, there we go. Alright, that's what I needed. A 3/5, just a generic 3/5 for 4. Look how good that is. It kills both of his creatures and lives to tell about it. Now, obviously, he can react to it, but I mean, the threat is huge here. So, hopefully he doesn't have a good answer. Druids aren't the best at answering this thing. He could bite, but then he doesn't have enough mana for Shapeshift. Swipe doesn't quite do it. Wrath doesn't do it. Yeah, there's nothing that Druids have in their arsenal, even with TGT. So, thank God for vanilla 3/5s for 4. Never underrate these things. I'm pretty sure he's thinking because he doesn't have anything good, not because he has an overabundance of different ways he could do this. Alright, so he's going to kill that by throwing both of his creatures at it, which is a reasonable play. That thing is now quite huge. It's going to be a 5/3. So I got a couple of different options here. I could just play this and let it die to the ghoul. I could play this and let it die to the ghoul. And then Shapeshift and get an extra recruit. But what does the Shapeshift do? So this is really just a 3/3 and a 1/1, because the Shapeshift hits his face and doesn't do anything impactful. So I'd rather have a 3/3 and a 1/1 or a 4/6. Both of them die to this plus Shapeshift. Don't want to. Basically, it's a question of do I want to save this for later or this for later. Or I could do something wacky like play this thing. Why would I do that? I could play this, but then my 2 mana doesn't do me any good. Wait, no, hang on. If I play this, I can get a mana crystal, and I can play this. I think that's actually my best move. It is dangerous to give a Druid opponent an extra mana crystal. But what I'm doing here is I'm putting down 2 things that both trade with his ghoul. I feel like that's what I had to do. Unfortunately, the ghoul kills this, because it got up enough. But I feel like that was the best option I had. Now, he has, of course, 6 mana to work with, which is a bit scary. Oh, jeez. Ah. Alright. Well, it's not looking great. This thing's a very annoying thing to deal with, because my thing that's left after the ghoul kills my 3/5 is only hitting for 3, so with Shapeshift it's not going to kill it. I might actually have to play this for the charge, just so I can kill his stuff. Or I could just play this, I mean a 4/6 versus a 3/2 and a 2/5. I don't know, that holds up. Matter bomber! Well, okay, if I throw this at it first, this is actually somewhat likely. You know what? F it, man, let's just do it. If you're going to have this card. So as long as they don't hit the faces. Okay. Well, there's... Alright. Well, that was great. That's all I needed. I only needed 2 of the barrels to hit his things. 3 did, so that's awesome. Well, everyone's like, hey man, revolver boards, you should quit dissing that card. Maybe, is it possible I'm actually wrong about this card? I only took it because there was nothing else playable, but it has actually won me a game. Where, granted, all it did was deal 1 damage, so, I mean, a lot of things would have won me the game. And it's done some pretty good board declaring. Then again, if it, if it hit my face 3 times and his face twice, and then I have Juggler once, they would have just been sucky. Although, it still would have been a 5/4. Yeah, I don't know, I guess it's alright. Okay, so he has only a couple of 3-drops, which on turn 7 is, well, turn 6, because we both got that extra mana crystal, is not impressive. Big Game Hunter I can't really use. So I could play this and get an extra thing. I don't think that's the right move, though. I think the right move is to just play this. And I could play the Regent, But what I'm going to do instead is play a cautious maneuver here. I'm not going to let him get 3 damage out of that. Wait a minute. There's no point killing this. I should just kill this. So I pinged off the shield. Is that actually the smart play? I don't know if that was a smart play. I was guarding against buffs on this, but maybe that was actually just stupid. Okay, so he gets a 2-3 for winning the joust. I really don't care, though. It doesn't actually matter at this point. Aha, that matters. That matters a lot. Alright, well, luckily, I do have... Hang on, can I give this a buff? No, I can't kill it. I can shapeshift this to death. I've got enough health to do it. I can also starfire it. But I think shapeshift is better. Wait, hold on. If I use starfire here, I get to keep a minion out. So yeah, I'm gonna, again, hold off on this regent. Let's get a card. Claw? Interesting, doesn't matter though. So we shapeshift to kill that. I kill my Magma Rager into that. Well, I mean, I should just win off of cards now. I've got this guy in case of Deathwing, which was the only thing I could think of that would be that great. What other crazy legendary could he have that would turn the game around? Alexstrasza? Well, no, that's Nade. What am I talking about? Ysera, maybe? Ooh, he got some sort of damage. Oh, he's actually going to take 8 damage killing this in 2 turns. It's risky. Alright, well, here I think is where this Silverhand Regent seems like a good move. Because the damage is significant, speeding this game to a conclusion, and the extra 1-1 matters. So for 5 men, I got a 3-3 and a 1-1. It's not too bad. Am I threatening lethal? 4, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14? Alright, that's... well, he's right. I mean, the charging wouldn't have done him much good, although it would have actually saved him 4 health. I still would have had lethal, though, so it doesn't matter. And he's got a big game hunter. Alright, well, I'm going to play my big game hunter. Oh, well, okay. Anyway, that's that. Cool, so that was a little over 45 minutes. Pretty good start to this run. After having some hesitation in the first game, I seem to be doing just alright. Even if I lose the next 3, I will say that was a successful run. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe. And, of course, I will see you again soon. Take care, everyone.